Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're cooking it out. Not right with right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed, smiling. Oh!
Nate Diaz, he just shook up the world. How's that feel? Hey, I'm not surprised.
Welcome to a special bonus episode of Chingazo's Combat Crew. I am so excited to share this legend that I have on the screen with us right here. The founder of a new up-and-coming jiu-jitsu apparel, combat apparel, you name it. Deleon, founder of Savage Technique. Thank you for joining the crew today, my brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. Thank you for having me here. It's always an honor just to share the mats with you, and as well as the podcast. And
one thing that I like one of the reasons we started the podcast was, hey, we saw what was out there and we were like, there's something missing. There's something that we could be doing, something that we don't see what we want to see out there. So we're just going to produce it. We're going to make it.
yeah,
And that's why I'm inspired by people like you, bro. Like, you saw the apparel line. You're like, I like what's out there, but I can do better. My man, tell us about what inspired you to start Savage Technique, and how did you come up with that name?
Dude. So I previously had a smaller brand with Chris, Big Chris, or Break Grip Chris. We had Lacoste. So we had that going, but life happens. Chris had to move out of the state. We had to get work done. So we kind of branched off. But we still wanted to keep Lacoste going. And then, again, life happens. So we just both got busy. And I kept going with it earlier this year, still trying to do the Lacoste and trying to bring in Jiu-Jitsu in here as well. But I kept going with it. I'm like, man, this ain't working, because Lacoste is totally something different. To me, Lacoste is about my culture, our Filipino culture, right?
Yeah.
Lacoste obviously means strength. So I wanted to branch Jiu-Jitsu out of Lacoste. And that's when I started really snowballing on this apparel, this brand. And, I always hear, oh, he's going beast mode. Oh, he's beast mode, I'm like, okay, cool. Beast mode is great, but there's a reason why people go in beast mode, because all of their stuff that they do before, their competition, or before they play a game or whatever, right? Whatever sport event they're in, there's a lot to it that people don't see. They only see, the after effects, right? When they're in this mode, they're like, boom, I'm in there. I'm going to go all at it because I've been training so hard. So with me, the beast is like this gorilla. So with gorillas, it's more of a savage. They're savages, right?
Yes.
You can look at them. You can look at their faces. They're just like the most. I bet people would probably want to try to cuddle with them.
No,
but when they're
the last.
but when they're in that mode, dude, you better move out of the way. I mean, I saw this documentary with this gorilla just grabs this reporter, or this guy, this cameraman, by the foot, and just drags him like he was a stick. Right,
like a brown belt grabbing a white belt and doing a leg drag.
Yeah,
get over
exactly.
Here. Yes.
Get over here, drag you. So I started to mess around with that word savage, and how can I tie something in that has that kind of an oxymoron kind of feel to it, right? Savage. So I just kept writing things down. I started, brainstorming. It just can't be savage, because that could imply anything. Nobody really wants to be considered as a savage on the mats, or savage, right? Because there's technical aspects to being a savage, in my opinion, and the way I started bringing up, started creating a Savage Technique, and I combined those two to exemplify what a technician is. If I've never known you, I didn't know that you trained. I was walking down the street right beside you. I'd be like, oh man, I could beat that guy up. Nah, dude, you'd probably pounce on me like nothing because you probably have that savage mentality, but you have the technical abilities to back it up. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like it's like when you go on the match, you can look like a little
Mikey
like
Musumeci,
Ian.
bro.
Exactly. Mikey's the prime example of a savage technician, dude. He's all about that. So that's where I came up with it, dude. And I had to bring those two together to one showcase the savagery in people, and then showcase that technique that they work for, and so forth. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
where savage technique came about.
That's sick, dude. I love it. And for those of us in the game, you know what I mean? We always say this. If you know, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't be like you can be a savage, you know what I mean? Like usually it involves strength and just being a monster. But if you don't have that technique, you don't have the pace, you don't have that mindset, it's all for nothing, man. You're going to blow your wad in the first 15, 20 seconds of whatever it is, and it's going to be gone. And then you're going to get taken over by Mikey, bro. And then everyone's going to laugh at
practically.
you. Right?
Exactly. And you know, as you know, when I was a white belt, it was like that. I was trying to utilize as much strength as I could. You know, there was no technique behind anything. It was just you know, and my forearms are getting tired, and I'm huffing and puffing while, you know, the upper belt is just like waiting for me, you know, until they can pounce until.
Yeah, they're just waiting. They're just playing with us. You know what I mean, bro? I used to get manhandled by a guy that looked like Ed Sheeran. Every day. You think that guy has freaking muscles on muscles? No, that dude had savage technique, and I would cry every day. You know what I mean? But that's how it goes, dude. You know what I mean? Like
that's how it goes.
Those are like, who knows what that guy was doing behind the scenes? He wasn't born like that. You make yourself like that. You know what I mean?
Yep. You always got to watch out for those quiet ones, right?
Exactly, dude. Those are the worst ones, man. Yeah, heck yeah, dude. So you mentioned the silverback. You talked about how they're just savage in nature. You know what I mean? So that kind of just lend itself naturally to this logo? I mean, I saw this logo and I'm just like, oh, dude, this is like Darth Vader, Darkness Ultra. Like when you see this, you're like, oh, what is this?
Right.
Yes, I love it, bro. I love it.
It's that savage waiting to pounce. So that's the reason why I didn't want to utilize that entire gorilla. It's
like he's hiding in the shadows.
It's like, that's exactly it. And he's always going to be in black because he's always waiting in the shadows, right? When competition comes, boom, that savage is going to come out and start taking fools. Going to start taking arms.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about this because you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Like, how many times have you gone to a jiu-jitsu tournament and then there's somebody in a big old giant hoodie and they're just like walking around? You're like, who is this zombie kid? And then they take that hoodie off, bro, and it's like their armor is just being it's on, bro. Like the switch has been turned on. And you don't need, like, if you're a savage, you already know you're a savage. You don't need to be walking around with your freaking tank top muscles, tribal tattoos on your belly. You know what I mean? Whatever, dude. You know what I mean? But when it's time to go, you know, and you don't have don't worry about anybody else, man. So
it's like that. Remember that movie Unleashed with Jet Li? Where he's got like the collar, right?
Yeah,
he's just chilling in there, and then boom, snaps a leash off, and he's just like boom, going crazy. And obviously, he's a freaking savage. He's a savage. He's so that's where it came about. And this logo is just.
I love it, dude. So, all right, my man. So let's talk about your products. What products have you decided to add to your apparel line here?
So far on the website, really is just since fall season's coming up, it's really just that coach's jacket, the windbreaker, a shirt. That's where I'm sticking with right now. I'm just keeping it really light, keeping it small. I don't want to, because I learned from previous times I try to build a brand that you try to expand too much, you end up getting a lot of inventory. So I want to start off light. And since fall is coming in already, I've got that coach's jacket, that windbreaker, the tank top, and that just simple t-shirt. And I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. The brand speaks for itself. You know, later on down the line when we start generating enough revenue and, you know, really fine tuning our demographic is when you'll start seeing a little bit more apparel coming in. But for now, it's just a name. We're trying to brand the name as much as we can to keep pushing that, so people understand what Savage Technique is. And
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to sell the brand itself. What I'm trying to sell is the work ethic that people have. You know, that's why I'm always looking for athletes that I know I've talked to that push themselves to that next level. That they're just they're savages, but they're also very technical, and their technique is just sound. And
There's
those
a
are the ones that
method
I
to their
want to sell.
madness.
Exactly, and that's what I want to sell. I don't necessarily really care about the apparel. It's the people I want to sell. You know, that sounds a little
Like corny
awkward,
cliche, but that's what it is.
corny
You know,
cliche, but that's
like
what it
me
is,
and you,
man.
like I talked to you about this, dude. I was like, dude, I love how like you're not blasting Savage Technique, Savage Technique, Savage Technique. You're blasting the guys. You're blasting these artists who use the cage, the mats, the ring, whatever it may be, as their palette, and their technique is their paintbrush, bro. And they're artists out there. And
they are.
What you've been shown behind the scenes is, I love the interviews you do on your social media. By the way, follow them on Instagram at @savage_technique. But the interviews with your fighters, where they're telling you their stories, where they're like, hey, I'm just starting out, but this is what I'm doing on the day-to-day, and this is why I believe I'm a Savage Technique athlete. And it nails it on the nose, man. I love it how you put them first. I love it, bro.
They're always going to be first, and they're my brand ambassadors. And if I don't feel like you're at a point where you are representing the brand, I'll pull you. But you know, all the athletes that I have that are willing to be an ambassador for this brand, you know, you see it in their work ethic. I mean, I see them in and out of a rivalry. I see them working out all the time, and they're constantly just pushing themselves. And those are the athletes I want on this team, right? That's because they're the representative of who Savage Technique really is.
Exactly, man. Like, you didn't just pick people who were occasionally winning. You're picking people who are putting in the work. Yeah, on the mat, and that's off the mat, and this gym, in that gym, it doesn't matter as long as they're putting in the work.
You got to put in the work, man, and that's how life is. You got to put in the work. You can't just have it placed on you on a silver platter, because that's not how you can get forward.
Yeah, no,
life,
man.
You know?
If anything in life comes too easy, it's just like it's not valued as much. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, it's not.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Somebody once gave me an Xbox 360. I didn't play that shit. Bro, so tell me about your athletes. Can you name some of the guys that embody the spirit of Savage Technique, of a Savage Technique athlete? I got a video. I got some photos here. Why don't you share some of these gentlemen with us?
Well, I got to give it up to Brian. Brian, he was actually my initial guy, because he's doing Muay Thai. He's doing Jiu-Jitsu as well, and you know, he's finishing up school. And this kid, you know, he always has a smile, but when he trains, you can see how much he loves training, and how much work he puts into that fire, man. And it's great to see it at him being such a young age, and he has that potential. And dude, did you see him scrap his
yes
in this MMA fight?
Dude, MMA, dude, you didn't even mention MMA. I'm like, bro, this kid is doing Muay Thai. This kid is training Jiu-Jitsu. This kid is going to school. This kid is like a superhero. All right, he's like Peter Parker, bro. Man. I saw his first fight at Table Mountain, and I was like, oh my dude, I promise you, I will never gonna do anything bad to this kid ever again. Who the hell is this guy? He turned to a monster. He is literally like what you were just talking about, like this in the shadows. He's just doing his thing. He's all smiley, cheesy. And when they closed that cage, and the bell rang, bro, he was dropping bombs. He was throwing kicks. He was throwing punches. He was shooting takedowns. He was, dude, he looked amazing. I need to see more of that. He looked so good, man. I'm so excited.
He did, man.
Gonna come from this kid, dude. And it was his first time in the cage.
That was his first time, and he was a savage, dude.
He's a natural, bro. He's got that natural savage instinct. Yes.
Yep.
And
he wasn't throwing a lot of hay bales. I mean, dude, those were connecting. I mean, those look like legit shots, and you can tell. You can tell he trained.
Excellent technique. When someone trains and they're so confident that they put in the work, that's what you get. You're not you don't worry about anything. You just get in there and you have fun. And that's what it looked like he was doing, having fun, bro.
He was having a ball. You know, kudos to his opponent too. He was scrapping as well. I mean, those two, shoot,
definitely, yeah.
They put on a good show.
Definitely,
they put on a good show, and you know what's great about it afterwards, dude. I mean, it seemed like they became pretty good friends, and after scrapping like that, why not, dude? And that's I think that's the beauty of fighting.
It's like a brotherhood, you know what I mean? Like
it's like a brotherhood. It's like, hey, dude,
you know, fire together.
We put this all on the line on the octagon, and now we can just hang out and chill. And dude, you know, it's great, man. It's such a great sport. But yeah, so I got Brian, that's for sure, and then dude, Ignacio.
And then I got this guy right here. Let's watch this little video here.
Let's watch it.
El Pistolero. It was just me and a group of friends hanging out, thinking of these nicknames. My bread and butter is boxing. It's like the hands are flying like bullets. El Pistolero, gunslinger. You already know. It just made sense. It stuck with me, and I'll showcase exactly why that's the nickname tomorrow. Oh man, into that cage, I'm bringing the best Ignacio, the best El Pistolero to date. Not only am I gonna look good in the cage, but walking out to the cage as well with this savage technique jacket. Can't wait to rep it. Can't wait to rock it. Represent the brand. It's gonna be a great day.
Hey, look good, feel good, play good. Ignacio El Pistolero Espinoza, bro. And that track jacket. What do you call that again? What was that?
that's the breaker, man.
That breaker
that's his own.
Is sick, bro. That is nice. I like how he's got his name on it, dude. That was clean, dude. I love that. So what can you tell us about Ignacio, man?
Oh man, Ignacio exemplifies the same thing that Brian has. He's got the drive, he's got the presentation, he has it all. He's got the total package. You know, I'm sure that's not the outcome he wanted, but dude, he banged it in there. You know, and I could care less if you win or lose, man. Like I said, it's all about how a person presents themselves and what they do in the background, right? I mean, this kid is just only going to go to the top. You know, there's nothing else about him. It's just, you know, he's probably gonna he's probably training already. He's probably training the day after, you know, and that's what Ignacio's about, dude. He's a savage, man. He's amazing.
He's not gonna let things happen. He's not gonna let life happen to him. He's gonna make things happen in life.
Yeah, we're gonna see him in the UFC, dude. I no doubt we're gonna see him there.
That's so awesome that you got these guys right here, man. So speaking of crazy. Oh, go ahead, keep going.
You know, it's crazy. You know, there was a photo of Ignacio, and I freaking thought he looked like a little mini Dolph Lundgren from freaking Rocky, man. I was like, dude.
Got that look, dude. He's got that jawline, man.
I was like, what is this, Dolph Lundgren mini? I was like, geez Louise. I wish I had that body when back in the day, but whatever.
Bro,
whatever.
That's problems. That's going to be too many problems for you. I can tell you already, man. You would have been a Filipino heartthrob.
Shoot. Yeah, no thanks. I'm good. Can't all just get you, bro.
Yeah. We'll leave that to Pistolero, bro. We'll leave that to Pistolero.
Pistolero.
Yeah.
I love that name, though, by the way.
That's a sick-ass name, dude. That is a badass name. Yeah. We have an award that we give out every year at the end of the year, our end of the year award ceremony, and we call it the Mero Mero Pistolero of the Year award. So we give that to like the baddest MFer of the year.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So speaking of bad MFers, dude, how do you stay connected with because one of the I know you're going to be staying in contact with a lot of these martial arts communities, but the jiu-jitsu community is one of the first ones that you were involved with. How are you going to be working with that community, and how does the community play a role, if at all, in your brand?
Really, it's just networking, connecting with other academies. You know, I'm not trying to stay within just the academy I'm at, but it's really branching out and doing it at a pace where I can, you know, I can stay in that pace. Trying to grow as fast as I can, it's just not going to work, especially with all the, you know, I work a 9 to 5 still. I'm, you know, I tend to my kids and my family. Those are number one, number two for me. And you know, Savage Technique will come into place. So really, it's just making those connections with other academies. Like I'm already connected with guys in San Diego,
Nice.
and also in Stockton. Man, I mean, you know, train BBB. You know, the Kalani over there.
Yeah.
The Brotherhood, the Buffalo Black Brotherhoods. Man, those guys are savage.
They're monsters, dude. Yeah, they get at it. I see them on IG, dude. I want no part of that.
Oh yeah, yeah. But you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? And this is exactly why that logo was created that way. That's Kalani right there, man. He's super nice dude. And I saw him at Stockton, said what's up to him. You know, got to chatting a little bit. I even gave him a little sweater. Obviously, it was a little too small for him, so I have to get him an extra large because that boy is just stock. Like he's huge.
Muscles on muscles.
Muscles on muscles. But yeah, those guys are savages, dude. Super nice dude, but you don't want them on the mats. But it's all good.
Yeah,
I'll keep them on the Savage Technique side.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. Keep them on your team for sure.
Just keeping, you know, just again, it's all about network and you know, represent respect. You know, respect goes a long ways, and
definitely.
You know,
Well, that's
I wish
martial
a lot
art,
of
bro.
youngins. Yeah, exactly.
So I like that you're branching out. Like, so it just seems like you're branching out into different aspects of martial arts to find these savages. So you got your jiu-jitsu savages, you got some Muay Thai savages. Are there going to be any other martial arts that you might be looking at?
Muay Thai for sure. Like Manny Mancha's academy or his gym. You know, he's an awesome Muay Thai fighter. I haven't gotten a chance to talk to him, but you know, we message each other on Instagram sometimes or here and there. And I'm gonna go visit his gym hopefully sooner than later, and go have a chat with him and see what we can do. Again, networking with other academies, Muay Thai, boxing, just. I'm looking for more savages, really.
Yeah.
But,
heck yeah. You never know where you're going to find them at, man.
Exactly. And we already have some academies messaging me, say, "Hey, I got this kid. You know, he's a yellow belt. He's such a savage. Come check him out." I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna go check him out."
Yeah.
So, and then speaking of kids, man, Valentina. You remember Valentina?
Yes, I do.
She's in our team, man. She's on my team. I got to patch her up, and she's a savage.
She's killing it, man. She is just like a Mikey Musumeci, bro. Like you see that little girl, you see that little girl sitting on the sidelines. You know what I mean? She's sitting on the bench and she's just docile and looks like she's not going to say a peep. But as soon as the referee says, "Are you ready? Are you ready? Go!" Dude, she is like a rabid squirrel that is ready to kill.
Did you watch her?
Yes,
did you watch her compete and fight to win? Oh my god!
Yes, dude. I felt so bad for that other little kid.
I know. It was sad, but man,
there's levels, bro. There's levels, you know. And
her wrestling. Her wrestling. Did you see her wrestling?
Yes,
she's a wrestler too.
Yeah, that's messed up. Yeah.
So get this. I gotta tell the story because my son wrestled last year as a 4th grader, and I think she was a 5th grader, but she was in varsity, and my son only made JV because I was like, it's first time, you know, doing it. And I was talking to one of the dads from our school, say, "Hey, tell your son to watch out for that girl. She's something else." Next thing you know, she's pinning him in like 10 seconds. I'm like, "I told you."
No way, bro.
He's like, "Oh, she's a real deal." I'm like, "Yeah, I told you she was a real deal."
Dang, what a savage, dude. What a savage. And you know what else is cool about her? is that she will not, like, you wouldn't even know it. She's not like, she gets
No.
subs and she doesn't even like, she's like, all right,
Yeah.
you okay?
Bro,
Yeah, it's like, it's nothing to her. It's yeah,
like
no,
people, our age would be jumping up and down. Yeah, I got a
exactly,
son. I'm
bro.
46 years old. But she's like,
Yeah,
all right, cool.
I would
Next.
be treating myself to something that I don't need immediately after.
Get that California burrito in me. Let's go.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, just throwing that double walk, bro.
Got it.
So, bro, we're talking about your brand, and what were some of the biggest challenges you faced when you started Savage Technique? Was it just like getting the ball going, getting back into the groove of things, or was it just like actually finding suppliers or business things?
The main challenge really was the branding. It took me, I would say, about 2.5 months to finally finalize this logo and what I wanted to design. I did all the design myself. I'm a designer by heart. That's my bread and butter. That's what pays the bills, right? So as a designer, I'm like very meticulous and making sure that this is the right brand. This is what I want to showcase and the reasoning why behind it. As far as the vendor side and trying to find apparel, that was easy because I already learned that through working with Chris and Lacoste. So that's the easy part. Now the most challenging right now is really the marketing side of it. That's where I'm failing kind of because I'm so busy. You really need somebody that's focused on marketing and making sure you're in the right area and you're creating these ads and et cetera. It's just, I'm a one-man shop, but I'll do what I can at my spare time to get it going, to get pushing and doing a post, doing a reel, et cetera. So
well, you do
really
good work, dude. You do good stuff. Your little cuts, your little shorts, your stories,
I appreciate
your
that.
interviews, your posts of your sponsored athletes on the mats doing things, bro. Like, what would be cool is to like share some of their favorite moves. That might be kind of cool too. Yeah,
I'm trying to work on that as well. So I have I'm not sure if you've met Caleb.
I have not yet. No.
Okay. When you meet him, you'll know. This kid is in his late 20s, and he looks like he's another Dolph Lundgren, same height, same build, and this kid is a white belt, but he moves like a blue belt, and his determination and his drive will get you so inspired, bro. Like, he inspires me every time. He's constantly working. He works out with Ronnie, so that tells you a lot.
Oh yeah.
But this kid's gonna go places. He's already gonna compete in December for
Nogi Worlds. That's awesome. Yeah. That is so awesome.
He's only been in it for like 9 months, and this kid is already slowing things down, and he's working with Ryan, and dude, he's working with coach and constantly just training and learning, and he's he doesn't ask those dumb questions. When after our rolls, he asks those right questions like, hey, if I did this, what could I have done, right? Instead of just, what do you think I should have done, or what can I do better? And it's just like, hey, let's work on those little details that can help you excel and get better and better. So
it's like he kind of already knows what he wants to learn, and he's just making sure that that's the right direct. That's good that he's not afraid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's not, man. Those are great habits to have, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's he got his son in there too, and his son looked like a little beast as well. He's barely started too, and he's already taking down kids, and I'm like, geez Louise. That's
how it is, bro. You know what I mean? Like father, like son, man. You know what I mean?
Father, like son, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, bro, I have one last question for you here. So can you share any upcoming projects or collaborations that Savage Technique is going to be involved in?
Oh man. Well, I want to give a shout out to a brand I just met not too long ago. They're called Kali Now. They're from San Diego, and Alec is the main designer there. He's the owner. It's called Kali now, Kalnaw. And he's doing really great work. His stuff is phenomenal, man. If you get a chance, go check him out. I always share his stuff because I think his work is beautiful, you know, and it represents the Filipino culture, but more jiu-jitsu, kind of like what I wanted to do with Lakas, but I branched off of Lakas and just doing that. But that's okay. I mean, and one thing about me too is that I could care less how far Savage Technique goes. I just want to keep going with it. I like to push other brands. I like to push other people that are doing the same thing, have that same drive as I do. Because at the very end, dude, money is always going to be there. You know, the people are always going to be there. And it's that network that brings people together, right? It's allowing others to be seen and not just yourself. So
yes,
if you guys check it out, I would love to do a collaboration with Kali now, but we're trying to, you know, we're just continuously pushing, and he's trying to get his brand out. So it'll be in the works. For sure.
Yes, definitely. That's something to look forward to. Definitely, man. But I love what you just said, dude. And like that message you just said about like, I don't even care about that stuff. I just want everybody else to come up. Like that's more of what we need in this world, bro. I feel like you go online and you're on social media or you watch the news and everyone wants to tear everybody down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
dude,
we started this pod. No, not at all, bro. Not at all. We started this pod during COVID, and at that time, everyone was just pooping on everyone. There was it almost seemed like it was so hard to find something positive. So we started this. We're like, hey, we want to showcase people doing awesome things. And Savage Technique and you, my man, you're exactly it, man. I love what you're doing with the guys. I love what you're doing with your brand. And I love the message, man. I love picking everybody up, and we're all going to make it.
Yeah, we're all going to make it, man. And I appreciate you just having me on here. And Frank, it's an honor to be here, being able to talk to you. You know, we've shared mat time already, and hopefully we'll share more.
Lots more, brother.
You know, just continue on, and I love you guys pushing other people and bringing other people into your podcast. And I think that's what we need, you know, just to hear everybody out.
Heck yeah. And hey, bro, if you can do us a favor, maybe we can do this again, and you can bring some of your guys on, and we can talk about this. We can talk about them. You know what I mean? That would be awesome. I would love to talk to each and every one of these guys, man. Definitely.
Let's do it.
Heck yeah.
And you know what? Yeah. I would love to bring in Bree Rose.
She hurt me, bro. She hurt me. Mentally, physically, emotionally. She is definitely Savage Technique, bro.
Oh man, you know what? I watched her compete over at the Table Mountain one. She should have won that one. She should have won. I don't know what the judges were thinking, man.
You know how they do it, man.
This is ridiculous. This is crazy. She had a lot more attacks and a lot more game, and that girl was just surviving. But whatever, it is what it is. Off to the next one. She'll get the next one. Oh yeah, dude, she'll get
no
all
doubt.
of them.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, man. Anything you want to say before we wrap this up? Where can people find you on social, man? Or you guys got a website? Actually, you guys
we got a website. We do. It's just what it is. SAVGTKNQ SavageTechnique.com. And then you can also reach us at Instagram at @savage_technique. That's SAVG_TKNQ.
Hey, there you go, man. Any Savage athletes out there, maybe hit my boy up. Or if there's any awesome apparel companies that are looking to link up, you want to collab, this is the man right here.
Let's do it. I appreciate
all right, D.
that, Frank.
Thank you so much, my man. I will see you on the mats this week, my brother.
Anything else before we wrap it up? That's it. Thank you, man. You have a good week.
Hey, thank you, sir. Take care, my brother. Savage Technique, Chingasos Combat Crew out. Peace.
See you.
Demolition, and there's that right hand. They're cooking it out. Not by the right hand. Takayama.
Green trunks for the southpaw, the notorious Conor McGregor. Black trunks for the champion, Jose Aldo Jr. Conor relaxed, smiling. Oh!
Nate Diaz, he just shook up the world. I'm not surprised.